Hey y'all, it's another week and another round of vegan news. So this past week, what has been poppin'? And by the way, I mention as always, everything I'm talking about, I have a direct article link from my BlueSky account. So you could find me Pup C Raw at BlueSky, and then you'll have a link to all the videos and articles and things that I'm referencing today. But anyways, a few days ago, there was a great article, and it was kind of going over some of the common anti-vegan comments you might hear out in the world, like humans need meat, or veganism is so restrictive, or my gosh, plants feel pain. Like, get out of here. What is that crazy statement? So a lot of the common anti-vegan comments, this article kind of goes through all the ways to debunk them and give you some facts instead of fiction. So awesome. I also heard there's a new vegan movie coming out this summer. It's called Cooked with Love. And let me read you the quote describing this movie. It's disguised as a gripping psychological thriller. The film mirrors our own cognitive dissonance about eating animals, compelling audiences to reach their own epiphanies instead of preaching about veganism. So I love it. I love when things are sneak attacks. You're watching a really entertaining, fun movie, a little scary, a little spooky, and then bam, it makes you think. It makes you think, maybe get a little bit of compassion for animals. I always like the animation Okja. It's on Netflix. It kind of reminds me of a Ghibli movie. It's that style of Japanese animation, but it's something that is just, I would say, family-friendly animation, but it does have you think about the repercussions of industrialized animal agriculture. And I know that's weird because you're like, how do those connect? But it does. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's not an animation. I feel like I've seen animated posters for it, and then real life, it's all a blur because I don't think it is animated. That's so weird. It's one of those things. What is it called when the Mandela effect or something? You have a memory and it's not quite accurate to reality. But anyways, I know it's called Okja, OKJA, fabulous movie, highly recommend. Moving on, there was a study that showed people could gain 4 extra years of life if they eat a cup of beans every day, okay? So they're calling it the longevity superfood. And talk about superfoods. People used to always complain, oh my god, superfood's so expensive, it's just marketing hype. You know, like I'm thinking goji berries and golden berries that are dried and super expensive. Or mangosteen and mangosteen juice. That used to be a big trend too. But beans are everywhere, y'all. And they are like the cheapest thing you could possibly eat. So, more fun facts about these quote-unquote longevity superfoods. Eating beans as a meat replacement reduces chronic disease by 5%. That's pretty cool. Beans cost 88% less than beef and 72% less than chicken. So again, if you're watching your wallet, that's also a helpful thing. But yeah, beans. They're everywhere. Go get them. I've also been seeing a lot of really cool products at the local markets. So there was one, I saw it at Target. If you don't like Target, I think they might have it at Whole Foods, and like their website kind of lists where it's at. But it's called Delicious. And I just was struck by it because on the box, it makes this big ball. It's not that big in real life. It kind of reminds me of those old school bonbons, but it's like gelato inside, cookie dough on the outside. I'm like, wow, what a time to be alive when these kind of vegan things are easily available to people. Wow. And there's more. There's like, oh my gosh, I was at Costco this week too, and I saw this 6-ingredient vegan cookie dough, and there's no wheat. The base is cashew. I'm like, what the heck? That's amazing. So lots of just tasty, great, available things out for us. I mean, and cheap too. I mean, this is at Costco, and this longevity superfood beans are everywhere, and they're like so cheap. All right, so there also was the U.S. Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee, which released their report for 2025. And I did hear people talk about it like, oh, what does it mean? You know, so basically I pulled this quote from it. It recommends reducing red and processed meat intake while increasing consumption of beans, peas, lentils, and other plant-based protein sources due to these vegan protein sources being such a high health benefit. So it's all about out the fruit and veg. And I'm hoping they'll update that little food pyramid too, because that was marketing from animal industrialized agriculture, where they put all the dairies and cheeses and, meats in that little pyramid. Really, the base, like this report is saying, it should be those lentils and beans and all those healthy types of things as the base, right? And then I would say fresh fruit and veg, that's a big base too. Maybe some oils and nuts at the top. But anyways, you decide. I mean, there's so much information out there nowadays. It's easy to find new released research and reports about the benefits of a vegan diet. I feel like the information is out there. I'm just going to keep sharing it. Oh my gosh, going back to some cute new product releases. I was at the store again and I saw a Ben & Jerry's non-dairy flavor. And when it says non-dairy, I always check, but they always are vegan. Like, I don't see egg in there. So when it says non-dairy, you can look too, but it's a vegan product. So this one was called Netflix and Chilled. And I'm like, that is so cute. And it was actually, I saw it at the store the day before they released that show Love on the Spectrum, season 3. If you haven't seen the show, this is such a tangent and a side note, but if you haven't seen Love on the Spectrum, it is adorable. It is so heartwarming. Oh my gosh, highly recommend. So you can get your non-dairy Netflix and Chilled Ben & Jerry's ice cream. By the way, that one looks so good too. It was peanut butter and pretzel, and it looked like fudge brownie bites all mixed in. What a way to live. Something else that was super exciting I saw is, the White Lotus TV show. It's going into season 4. So they're going to start shooting season 4. Hugely popular show. And that whole season is going to be shot at a vegan hotel. A vegan hotel! Amazing! So it's called Kokomi Vegan Hotel. It's located on the Greek island of... I'm going to mess this up. Mykonos? I should know this. Like, people visiting Greece has become so popular in the past few years. But anyways, it's on a Greek island and it's a vegan hotel. And I'm so excited. So I'm sure they'll have vegan dishes being passed around. I don't know if they're going to reference it at all, but it will get exposure. I hope they have the best business, from that show and all the exposure. I hope more vegan hotels open up. This is fantastic. Fantastic. And then something else that's getting some notice is vegan leathers. So people like to complain, vegan leather's just plastic. I mean, I hear that so much. So it's really cool to see all these alternative materials being used. And one of them I do notice a lot being brought up is mushroom. So mushrooms being used as leather. I mean, honestly, there's all kinds of things I've seen. But there is going to be mushroom is the main base of this textile for a new Stella McCartney handbag. So I guess Stella McCartney has these really expensive designer handbags, and her latest that's coming out is going to be made out of mushroom. It's fungi based. And it's called Hidify. Again, oh my gosh, I just need to go through and see, what am I going to be talking about? How do you pronounce all these things? But it sounds like such a pain in the ass. I would never release these little audio clips if I did that. So just trust me, if you look up Stella McCartney vegan bag, bam, you're gonna see it. It looks like a little silver bag. I don't think there's any other sizes or colors right now, but there you go. It's a mainstream product and they're using awesome vegan leather, so yes, I support that for sure. Now, there was another article. I like going international sometimes. This one was talking about a Dutch city. And again, my pronunciation is going to be insane, but it looks like it's Nijmegen. Nijmegen. Honestly, all of these articles I'm discussing are on my BlueSky page, and it's right there in black and white in print. You could read it and see how it's pronounced. But apparently this is the second Dutch city to sign on to a plant-based treaty. I was super pumped on it because what it means is that town is officially going to ban meat ads. They don't allow meat ads. They're going to make sure there's no expansion of any livestock farming or slaughterhouses. They put a stop to that. They're going to actively work to promote plant-based foods to their citizens, and they're working on reforesting and restoring the ecosystem locally. So I love that. I wish all cities sign that. Oh, this week too, it was huge news, okay? So our fellow vegan, Cory Booker, who is a New Jersey senator, he broke the record for longest speech ever recorded on the U.S. Senate floor. It was 25 hours, y'all. And when I first heard that, I literally thought, like, that man's wearing a diaper, because how do you do? Because I'm so hydrated. I'm like, I don't know. I could not go 25 hours without using a restroom. Like, that's insane. But he said that for days before, he dehydrated himself. I guess he stopped eating and drinking. That's insane. And then he just went for it. And he had so much passion. So if you saw, I mean, it's a continuous 25 hours. He has to stand on his feet the entire time. He cannot sit down. It's wild. So he really did something there. And honestly, like, what was he doing? Was he filibustering? No. It was just kind of making a statement. And then shortly after, we have this hands-off march. So that's really exciting. It does feel like there's some momentum. People are being more vocal about their dislike of what's going on in the U.S. right now, which, hey, fantastic, because I'm in that group too. I'm not very happy with anything that's going on in the U.S. right now. So back to some cheerful news. Something good that happened in the U.S. It was Florida, Daytona Beach. They're actually going to, or gosh, this happened this week, so it already happened. But this past Thursday, April 3rd, they handed out vegan egg sandwiches for free. That's so cute, because of the egg shortage that they're just promoting. Hey, there's such thing as vegan eggs. Try these vegan egg sandwiches. And they were giving those babies out all day in Daytona Beach. So I put the address out, so hopefully some people were able to get themselves a delicious free vegan egg sandwich. Now, coming up, we still have Easter, and I've been seeing so many cute vegan Easter gift ideas. There was 22 versions of Cadbury cream eggs that were vegan. That's crazy. I had no idea. 22 vegan versions of Cadbury cream eggs. So I put that up, and you can just check those out. I think you mostly have to order them online, because sadly, I haven't seen any of them in my local shops. I do see vegan chocolates, and even for Easter, they're usually dark chocolates though. But yeah, online ordering is magic, so you can definitely get these in the mail. Also, something I saw on another vegan Easter list was this chocolate bunny, and it was called, the name of this chocolate bunny, Jake the Milkless Easter Bunny. How cute is that? And it's a chocolate rabbit. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, if I was a kid getting that bunny, I'd be so excited. There's a lot of good recipes that have been popping out. There was one that had 45 recipes, and they were all kind of more fancy pants foods. So not like your normal, here's how you make a vegan mac and cheese, or, you know. So it was a little bit of a more elevated list. They had things like creamy pasta with greens, peas, and lemon zest. Okay, if you have lemon zest, you're fancy. They had another one, peach almond upside down cake. Okay, they had some kimbap in there. Okay, sounds lovely. And then, oh my gosh, okay, something else I saw at Costco. So about 2-3 weeks ago, I saw they had chia milk just marketed, and they were launching this chia milk. So I think you can really make on your own milk out of anything. You just stick like some soaked raw almonds and water and maybe a couple dates and sea salt in a blender, and boom, there you go. You know, high-speed blender, guys. We don't like chunks. So, but chia seeds, I can't imagine blending that up. So they have to use specialized equipment. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. How cool. I was at Costco this week, and I saw it. It was like 2 weeks after I made a post on BlueSky about this thing. I saw it in real life at my local Costco. How amazing. So I got me a pack of chia milk. It was a 6-pack. So I'm going to be making chia seed pud with chia seeds and chia seed milk. How crazy is that? Costco's amazing. Just shout out to Costco. Everyone knows it. Okay, let's go international again. So let's talk about Korea. Apparently, they are pushing veganism in the biotech field. They're pushing it forward. So heck yes, South Korea. It looked like there's a vegan trend that's just kind of sweeping through the pharmaceutical and the biotechnology industries in South Korea. And their aim is to reduce, just like any vegan would want to, reduce the suffering of animals. So that includes not animal testing, using alternatives to animal testing for their products, definitely using vegan ingredients, and that's what the South Korean consumer is getting more into. So I love it, and that benefits us too, because then that translates over here. We get a filter down of those products. People love them. Some Korean skincare and makeup and all kinds of wonderful things. So love it, love it, love it. Keep pushing that forward, Korea. Okay, there was the Veggie Award winners that were announced. So for 2025, they had that whole big list of Veggie Award winners. If you don't see this on Veg News, they'll have a couple different votes every year. One, I think, is just for like restaurants and cafes and like that, and they'll have that list. And another is for products you could buy, usually the local grocery store, health food store, what have you. So I always love voting for my favorite things. I don't know why, I just get a kick out of it. And then seeing the results, and usually a lot of the stuff I vote for, not to toot my own horn, but a lot of it wins. I mean, if you're delicious, you're delicious. Everyone knows it. So, like, for instance, Vegenaise won as best vegan condiment for 2025. Heck yeah. Vegenaise is amazing. I will stand that forever. There's nothing that's going to beat Vegenaise. Why do we even have any other vegan mayo? Because Vegenaise is king. It's so good. If you haven't tried it, you should. Put it on your sandwiches, use it in your potato salads. You make mashed potatoes, put it in there. Like, it's so good. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's really cool. If you're curious about a good quality vegan product to buy, just go look at the Veg Award winners, because all these people voted on their favorites, and really there's some good ones in there. There's some real bangers. Go for the top. Go for the number one winners in each category first. See what you think. So I also found out that this past March, there was a vegan animal rights conference in the UK. So it was the 2025 Vegan Animal Rights Conference. I guess they've been holding them annually. I'm not in the UK, so I didn't go, but it did sound pretty awesome. There was no vegan products that were being promoted. It was all focused on vegan activism, which is amazing, and not the normal type of conference that you're going to see, right? You usually see conventions with products that people are pushing. But this one was all about, how do we get more into vegan activism? How do we reach the people? So there was a great recap of the event in this article, and I just posted it up. It had like over 600 attendees from around the world and international speakers, and yeah, it just sounded like an amazing event. If it was local, I'd probably want to go. There's also some good commercials that keep coming out. There was one from Beyond Meat recently, and I like it because the messaging, I think it's very commercial. It can reach many different types of audiences. It doesn't just, to me, in my opinion, it doesn't just push their vegan meat burger as the product, but it kind of represents vegan burgers in general, and it makes you think about the animal. I don't know. I just thought it was very consumer friendly, and good job, Beyond Meat, making this commercial. Love it. Love it. There was another product that just came out, apparently the first ever black cod fillet. So it's fish. It is called El Blanco. It's supposed to be very realistic. So if you're vegan, but you think that some black cod sounds amazing, guess what? It exists now. There's another article I saw that made me laugh because it was talking about this new PETA campaign, and it's they described it as a fecal themed ad. So it was about how veganism is really good for your digestive tract, and you poo really well when you're vegan. So that's a little spin that PETA is trying. And it has like this kawaii style anime with like these little poos that are happy and dancing and rainbows. So whatever works, guys, whatever reaches people, I'll agree and I'll love it. All right. There was, this really nice article. It had like 6 different vegans, and they kind of described described how they each overcame their own personal challenges to stay vegan. So I thought, wow, that can really reach people. I mean, everyone has their own struggles. I don't even know for me what it would be. It's nothing too serious. The quote I'm most related to out of that article and those 6 people interviewed, the quote that really struck a chord with me was this one. What I think are the real challenge, the emotional toll of living in a non-vegan world where exploiting others is seen as normal. Yes, I guess that would be the most challenging thing, because once you have your eyes opened and you like see what's going on with animals, because you could grow up like I did in a meat eating household, and it never gets brought up, never gets discussed. Meat is just this thing called meat. It's not really, you don't think past an ingredient on your dinner plate, right? But if you actually look into it and you realize, what is vegan? What are animal rights? What's going on? What's animal agriculture? Like, let's look a little beyond what a pepperoni looks like on my plate. Where does it come from? What's going on here? How is the sausage made, basically? Then I don't know how you can ever tune that out. Once your eyes are opened and you see and hear the information, it's shocking. And so, yeah, I guess that is my biggest challenge, is once I realized the horror of what's happening, and I tried to tell people, I'm like, do you guys know this is happening too? Most people didn't seem to give a shit. So it was shocking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like why is this world so evil? So it's kind of a bummer, but that was definitely it. And honestly, even now, like posting on BlueSky and making these little audios and things like that, it is nice for me because I do tend to focus on just positive, and that makes me feel better. I love seeing positivity and wins and things that are getting better and better for other living creatures that don't deserve the trauma and pain that humans inflict. Oof, guys, too heavy. So, although I respect 100% every style of activism that can reach people, like, yes, as long as you're not maybe physically causing harm to someone, like, let's not kill people, we're just trying to change minds and change actions, right? So that's the goal. And I don't like animals being killed, and I don't really want to hurt other people in the process of making that statement. Can't we all just get along? So anyways, not to say I don't appreciate the militant veganism and extreme kind of activities people do, you know. That sounds wild, but you know, there's a whole spectrum to veganism. When I create content, I like it to be really positive, uplifting, seeing the progress that's being made. Although I do see on the other side, people are showing videos from slaughterhouses. And honestly, I feel like that's important. People should see that and know what is going on and what's real. You know, they should be exposed. And let's not dwell on it. Let's just fix it, guys. But anyways, that was a long tangent. Let's get back on track here to some positivity, some cuteness. And some cuteness is the movie Babe the Pig. Apparently, it's having its 30th anniversary. So they had a screening in Toronto, April 5th, and they were giving out free vegan BLTs, bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches. So that was really cute. It was at this one cinema in Toronto, and they were really promoting the film. I love it. I guess, like, the lead actor, he also went vegan. I think it's because of this movie. I'm not 100%, but I think I remember him saying it was because of the movie. You know, it's like, it's just an adorable film, and I think Babe might have turned other people vegan too after watching it. They're like, oh my gosh, these guys, they're like alive, you know? They can't necessarily talk like Babe the Pig speaks English, but they can communicate. They have souls. They're real. Like, you look into an animal's eyes and, oh, okay, I'm going on another tangent. Back to the news. So, something really exciting that happened just yesterday that I heard about. Michoacan, that is a state in Mexico, it banned bullfighting. Yay! No more bullfighting in Michoacan. So that is the 6th state in Mexico that has officially banned bullfighting. I love it. The other states so far are Sonora, Guerrero, Coahuila. I'm going to freaking kill this list, but just know there are 6 states now in Mexico that do not allow bullfighting, and Michoacan's the most recent one. Love it. Good job, Michoacan. Now, to end this, I'm going to say that this weekend there was a great Los Angeles vegan street fair. It's a really big one. It's the 10th annual one. I know there's like over 100 vendors. It gets really busy. Usually when I go to those, like when I have gone to some of the larger vegan fairs, I bring Tupperware because I'm like, there's so many really cool, unique booths and you cannot possibly eat your way through all of it. Maybe if you have a bite here, a bite there, but usually when you get something, it's like at least the size of a side dish. And if you want to get a lot, it's too much all in one day. And then what if you don't go back the next day? Or what if it's only open for one day? So I bring Tupperware. I'm like, I'm bringing this home. I'm going to have snacks in the fridge that are amazing. I'm so excited. So I highly recommend if you have a vegan fair near you to go check it out. It's so amazing. Lots of local businesses. There was also, just to end things for the week, a couple of other vegan recipe lists that I posted. One was focused on chili. So if you love chili, there's like 7 different chili recipes that I posted. Like, amazing. And if you're wondering, what the heck would that be? I'll read them to you. We got easy smoky bean and lentil chili. We got sweet potato chili. We got meaty lentil chili. We got 3 bean chili, hearty tofu chili, a white chicken chili, and of course that's not real chicken, okay? And then this textured vegetable protein chili. It was called TVP, and I had to look it up. I'm like, what is TVP? Textured vegetable protein. Honestly, I like that. I like more vegetable, leaning into the veggie side of things. If I could tell it's veggie, that's my absolute favorite. But otherwise, if it's kind of veggie, anything too realistic to meat, I'm like, ooh, gives me the willies. But that does have its place in the vegan community, so I'll always support those hyper-realistic meats too. Heck yeah. Oh, and then the other list of really cool vegan recipes was based on pistachio. So I guess pistachio is kind of the flavor of 2025, really popular. So there was just a ton of things you can make with pistachio, from milks to ice creams to pizzas to energy balls, to fettuccine and cheesecakes and all kinds of stuff. My gosh. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end it there. And then next week, we'll have even more vegan news that had been popping up. If you want to get it right when it's fresh, I post pretty much daily on BlueSky, so you can always see what's going on there. And if you just search for vegan in the feed, too, you'll see a lot of things. Although that is a hit or miss, because half of it is nasty. Like, people are wild. The feed on BlueSky, if you type in a word, it'll show you that word used in any manner. So you kind of have to filter. If you look at any of my stuff, it's going to be 99% positive. Because I'd say 100% positive, but some of the stuff, there's maybe a touch of sadness. But you can't help it, because we're talking about veganism, and like, what is that? It means that the world is not vegan, right? So anyways, I am just a rambler today. My apologies. But I hope y'all are doing great, and I will talk to you again next week.